Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today it's day 6 of the fast. It's Sunday. Oh, it's day 7 actually. It's day 7 of the fast. It's Sunday the 11th of September. I'm just reflecting on how I felt. So today, it's not like maybe not necessary that I started today. Probably from the actually even from day two, even day two, I think I was not day two. Day two, or yeah, maybe around day two. No, not day two. But maybe around after the first 3 days of the just only water fast, I started like craving food, not like cooked food. I started like craving cooked food. Like today, I'm just still feeling that strong feeling of just wanting a boiled egg, wanting a fried egg, of wanting chicken. Yeah, I'm just feeling like cooked food. I want of not palish. I want rice. I want all the cooked food. I want beef stew. Yeah, that's just palish nel kavish nel palish nel beetroot. That's just what I'm thinking about, but I'm trying not to think so much of food, because then it will end up making the whole fast thing not because I don't want the desiring for food to be focused. I don't want the desiring for food to be focused, because that it will take away the attention from what this fast is necessary for. But however, feeling like this, it's helping me in my prayers. It's helping me when I pray, because it makes me like think of different situation. Like today, I've been just thinking of people who are persecuted. I've been thinking of people who are arrested, who are imprisoned for their faith, how they desire their own food, and some of them, they are in foreign countries where they have been kept. They desire their own food, but they can't have it. They desire so many things. It's not just only food. That when you are arrested, when you are put outside your comfort zone, when you are put maybe in a foreign country, in prison in a foreign country, or in detention, or wherever, there's not just only your food that you desire. There's so many things that you desire that you cannot have. It kind of like bring this fast to its reality, because as I desire that egg, I tell myself that's the real fast. This is what this fast is about. It's about me not getting what I want. It's about me not getting the cooked food which I desire. I always use that when I fast. It's like when I feel the hunger, I always tell myself it actually helps me to continue the fast. It actually helps me to be strong on the fast, because when I feel the hunger, I'm like, yes, this is what it's all about. It's about me not eating. So the hunger is the thing that is supposed to be, the fast is supposed to be doing. It's supposed to make me hungry. So if I'm feeling the hunger, then that is the fast. So now that I'm desiring the food that I can't have, that is the fast. Desiring the food that I don't have, not having it, is the fast. So the fact that I am feeling that now I desire that food that I cannot have, I felt this is the core of the fast, is like me not having what I want. So yeah, it's just helping me to pray for people who are in confinement, where they can't see their own families, where they can't eat the food of their countries. Those who are arrested in countries that it's not their countries, and even if it's their countries, most of the time you don't get exactly what you desire. You don't get exactly what maybe your wife will cook for you, what your wife will cook for you, what your family will serve you, or what you cook for you yourself. Most of the time, you don't get that. You get whatever that they offer you. So yeah, it's just bringing so many things in my mind. It's just bringing me so many things in my mind. And as I woke up today, I was just my thought was just, I was just thinking of how it was in the wilderness. I mean, as Christians, it's possible that we are still going to face our own wilderness. But I was just thinking of the wilderness of the Israelites when they were there in the wilderness, when they were desiring their food from their own countries, from their own food that they could prepare. They were desiring food that they could prepare themselves, food that comfort food, but they didn't have that time. They only had the manna. We always think, oh, they were complaining. Why did they complain? This just brought me, down to my knees, just knowing that that is part of what they were going through, desiring their own food, and they couldn't get it. They couldn't get it because obviously they had to go through the wilderness, so they couldn't get what they want. And it just brought me down to my knees, because I'm like, this is what us Christians we are going to go through as well, because we could be in that situation where we'll be desiring our own food, we'll be desiring to see our families, we'll be desiring even just to see your village, to see your village people, to see that person that always passes, to see the bakery man, to see the local shopkeeper and, that you always pass when you go to your bus stop. The normal things, to see those neighbors coming from the river, you know just the normal things that you always see, to hear the bus maybe that 8 o'clock that passes every time at 8 o'clock. You'll be desiring those things, and you wouldn't be seeing them. So yeah, it's just bringing things to reality in my mind, because I'm just thinking that yeah, so this is what people go through when they are deprived, when they are deprived because of their faith, they are deprived of different things because of what they believe in, they are deprived of this and that. And to think that as Christians, we are more likely to go through this in future, or in the near future, we are more likely to go through this. Yeah, so this is just helping me to prepare and to remember those people who are going through it already, to pray for them, and just also to pray for myself, and to pray for the body of Christ who is going to go through this, just to pray for ourselves, to ask God to give us that strength, to ask God to help us prepare, because these are preparation. For me, this is preparation, knowing that it's possible that in future I'll go through this, something like this. And now it's something of choice. I've chosen to go through this fast, but probably in the future it's more likely it won't be out of choice. So this is preparing me. This is preparing me. This is, yeah, it's preparing me. Yesterday, as I was praying, I was just thinking of all those things that we need God's strength. We cannot do it by ourselves. Only God will help us to go through it. Only His help, only His grace, only His mercy will help us to be able to go through it. So, yeah, so through this fast, I'm just learning a lot of things. And I am grateful that I chose to do it, because it's just really helping me to think of different things, to put myself into other people's. It's helping my prayer as well, because it helps me to put myself into other people's shoes on what they are going through, because I am feeling something similar to what they are going through. Probably they are even worse. They're even worse. It's even worse than maybe what I can imagine. Because yesterday I was just imagining how people who are being persecuted, God just put in my heart to pray for the sick, for the sick who are going through persecutions. Just imagine you are very sick, uh, whatever that is wrong with you. Maybe you can't even run, maybe you can't even walk, and people that are persecuting you, they are coming, and maybe everybody else around you is able to run away, but you can't. Yourself, you can't because you are unwell, because you are sick. How do you stand strong? So those are just my prayers, for God to help those who are going through persecutions, who are having long-term illnesses, who are having illnesses that are disabling them from walking or from being able to make any movement. I just pray that God will strengthen them wherever they are, that God will just give them that strength, that they will know that even if I can't run, they will catch me. They will catch me, but I can still stand. I can still be strong and just proclaim that the God that I believe in, and just stand for the truth, and just stand for the God that I believe in. It doesn't matter what they do to me. Even if I cannot run, I'll just stand for truth. It's a difficult situation. It's a difficult situation knowing that you can't even run. You can't even run with a crowd. You'll be left behind. You'll be the first one probably to be killed. You'll be the first one to be punished. You'll be the first one to be taken into that confinement because you can't run away. Oh, may God help us. May God help us. May God help us. May God help us, because we don't know when that time comes for you, for me, for all of us, for our families. We don't know who will be sick amongst us, which one of us will not even be able to run away. Because if you run away and you fail, at least you say you've tried. You've tried. At least you have time while you are running, maybe to think of different things, while you are hiding to think of different things. But when you have no strength to run, you can't run. You have no energy. You don't have the ability to run. You just have to remain and be the first one to say, okay, do whatever you want to me. May God give us that strength to be able to be the first ones, to be to be the first one, and to be able to hold yourself and be that example. Hold yourself and stand in your faith and be that example for the 5th, for the 6th, for the 50th, for the 100th to be caught and to be punished, or to be detained, or to be imprisoned, or to be killed. May God help us. May God strengthen us. I don't even know the right words to say, but only God knows how we will feel and how our brothers and sisters before us have felt. But through God, we can do it all. Only Him can help us. Only Him can put that strength, that fearlessness, that fierceness, that strength, you know, uh, to be able to take that, to be able to be the first one to take that bullet. May God help us. Yeah, may God help us. I just like to encourage us, to continue praying for each other, to remember our brothers and sisters who are already imprisoned, to remember our brothers and sisters who are already taken away from their families, and to remember their families who are suffering, not even knowing what is happening to their own husbands, wives, children. It's not an easy thing to go through, but it's happening. Yeah, that's just what is in my mind today. I'll just encourage us to continue to pray for each other. I cannot emphasize this enough. Continue to pray for each other. Continue to pray for ourselves. Continue to pray for the body of Christ. Because even though we know that there are things that are coming ahead, but we don't know exactly what those things are. We don't know if you will have that strength. We don't know if you have that fearlessness to say, okay, I'll stand. That's why we have to pray in advance that God help us to stand, that God help us to be strong, that God help us to be able to take that first bullet. May God help us. That's just all what I wanted to say to us today. Thank you so much for listening to my channel. I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Take care of yourself.